Let's review this assignment, parallel lines cut by a transversal. So the directions say decide whether each statement is true or false. If the statement is false, correct the statement. And there's a couple different ways you can correct these statements. So if you don't have exactly the same correction that I do, but yours is also true, that's correct. So let's start off. Angle 1 and angle 2 are vertical angles. So this is angle 1 and this is angle 2. And those are not vertical angles. So that is false. Those are a linear pair. So you can write as a correction, angle 1 and angle 2 are a linear pair. Or what I'm going to do is say angle 1 and angle 3 are vertical angles. Angle 1 and angle 3 are on opposite sides of the intersection. They share the same vertex and they're made up by the same lines, but they are on different sides of the intersection. So those are vertical angles. Next, angle 1 and angle 5 are corresponding angles. Angle 1 and angle 5. Those are corresponding angles. They have the same relative position. They're both the top right angles of their respective intersections, so they correspond with each other. Next, angle 2 and angle 5 are alternate exterior angles. So 2 and 5. Now 5's not an exterior angle. So these can't be alternate exterior angles. They actually don't have any relationship whatsoever. Instead, 2 is an exterior angle, and its alternate exterior angle is angle 8. So I'm going to write that as my correction. Angle 2 and angle 8 are angle 2 and angle 8 are alternate exterior angles. The next one, 4 and 6. It says that angle 4 and angle 6 are alternate interior angles. That is true. They're both inside the parallel lines, and they're on different sides of the transversal, so therefore they're alternate interior angles. Angle 7 and angle 2 are corresponding angles. So let's look at that. 7 and 2. That's false. They're consecutive exterior angles, or same side exterior angles. If we want to find corresponding angles with angle 7, I would pick angle 3. Those are both the bottom left angles of the respective intersections. So angle 7 and angle 3 are corresponding. Let's abbreviate that. Angle 3 and angle 6 are interior angles on the same side of the transversal. So we have 3 and 6, and that's true. They are both interior angles between the parallel lines, and they are on the same side of the transversal. They're both on the left side. All right, angle 3 is congruent to angle 8. There's a couple problems with this one. One, there's no marking that indicates these lines are parallel. So without parallel lines, you can't tell that corresponding angles are congruent, for example. On top of that, angle 3 and angle 8 have no special relationship. One's an exterior angle, one's an interior angle. They're on alternate sides of the transversal. There's no special relationship between those two. Now, if I wanted to find an angle that was congruent to angle 8, and I didn't want to use, and I didn't know that the lines were parallel, the only angle I could pick would be angle 1. Because those are vertical angles, and vertical angles are congruent. Angle 3 and angle 7 are corresponding angles. So 3 and 7, that's true. They have the same relative position. They're both kind of bottom left angles of their intersections. And finally, or almost finally, angle 8 and angle 2 are alternate exterior angles. So angle 8 and angle 2. That is also true. They alternate, they're on different sides of the transversal, and they are outside the parallel lines. If the measure of angle 8 is 112 degrees, find the missing angle measures. All right. So if 8 is 112, then I know that angle 6 also has to be 112 degrees because they're vertical angles. I also know that angle 5 and angle 8 are a linear pair, so they add up to 180 degrees. So if I subtract 112 from 180, I get 68. So that means that angle 5 is 68 degrees, and angle 7 will also be 68 degrees, because that's also a linear pair with angle 8. Now, I said before, we don't know that these lines are parallel, so we can't actually find out the other angles. But if we were to assume that they were parallel, now we could find out the other angles. So, for example, angle 4 corresponds with angle 8. So if angle 8 is 112 and the lines are parallel, this would also be 112. Angle 2 is vertical to angle 4, so that would also be 112 degrees. Angle 5 and angle 1 correspond, so that would be 68 degrees. It's also alternate exterior angles with angle 7. And angle 3 would be 68 degrees as well. It's vertical angles with angle 1. And it's alternate interior angles with angle 5. It corresponds with angle 7. For all those reasons, that is also 68 degrees. All right, there you have it.